What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fig Heel YouTube channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at this week's wrestling figure reveals and news. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a wrestling figure fan or collector, there is no better time to partake in the community of wrestling figure collecting than right now. It is the golden age of wrestling figure collecting because you never know what you're going to get, and the possibilities are endless, retros and modern scale. And today we're going to take a look at all of this week's reveals and the news that came out, as well as some unearthing of unreleased things, which is one of my favorite parts of collecting. So we're just going to jump right into it. We've got some good stuff, new, we've got some modern, we've got some independent, we've got some mainstream, and we're going to start off with the independents. Right now, we're going to take a look at this. Super 7, an independent toy company who is now producing the reaction figures. I know you've heard of them. They are producing rap figures, right? Hip hop reaction figures, but this one is special. While Ghostface Killah has never been in any wrestling promotion as a performer, this figure comes with the big gold. And look at that. How cool is that? This is a limited edition one. It's going to be about $50, so it's an easy pass for me, but man, this is so cool. You can see it says World Heavyweight Champion. He's got the green robe. This figure absolutely pops, but to me, the biggest problem with reaction figures is I think they look best on card, so if you're going to collect them, you better have some wall space. Despite that, I think it's very cool to have that little Easter egg of the World Heavyweight Championship with Mr. Ghostface Killah. Top Rope Collectibles, they are doing the Galoob style figures with their PN news dropping very, very soon. They announced that they just signed Too Cold Scorpio, so I got to imagine he's going to be very similar to that of Marcus Bagwell. I am happy to add any Galoobs to my collection. I think it's fun. I think it's great that now we are getting Galoobs. We've gotten LJN style figures. We've gotten Bendies. We've gotten Retros. And now Galoobs are really going to be expanding out. So this is an exciting venture for Top Rope Collectibles. This is an interesting one. I've been waiting for these for quite some time. Epic Toys. Epic Toys just showed off their Killer Bees. The final pieces here. These are in hand and ready to ship. As you can see here, some mock images. And yes, they do come with the bee masks. They're cloth goods, just like the classic Superstar ones. But these are available Friday at 12 midnight. Sorry, I was thinking if I was saying that right. 12 midnight. These are available 2-packs, Epic Toys, and the quality of their figures is excellent. Jump in Jim Brunzell, Brian Blair, and I think that Brian Blair head is exceptional. Look at this thing, man. With the mustache, he looks just like the man. So does Jumpin' Jim, but I think B. Brian looks excellent. Definitely picking these up. Also, Title Run Toys, TRT, not to be confused with testosterone replacement therapy. Title Run Toys is dropping their Paul Orndorff very soon, and this is a prototype sample. He's got all the articulation in the legs, waist, arms, and neck. As you can see, he can do that sit-down pile driver. In my opinion, I think he could use a little bit more muscle mass, but overall, I do think this figure looks very, very good. Mr. Wonderful on the back. You can see the traps popping. I think there could be a little bit more detail there to make them look more muscular as opposed to like the jumper piece on the back of a jumper, but still very cool for their first venture. My man Mitch over at Hastel Toys showed off the final paint samples of the Mutations Godwins. As you can see, these are very similar to Bebop and Rocksteady, but with their own little pizzazz that makes them very, very cool. The ripped shirts, the overalls falling off, the hats, everything like that. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. And he gave us a little sneak peek because Tony Anthony, aka TL Hopper, is available now, and it's going to be shipping very, very soon. As you can see, the toilet with the turd in it is going to be packaged separately in a baggie, which I think a lot of people are going to be happy of, but this figure looks excellent. I like the head on it, and he comes with his trusty plunger. KWK, Kayfabe Heroes, we've talked about La Resistance, but here we have a Rene Dupree. Now, this may look different than one you've seen before because this is the 1 of 100 that has not been shown up until now, and these have not been available for pre-order. These will be available for order when these are in hand and completely finished. That's very cool. The 1 of 100s do run a higher price tag, but you got to remember these are super, super limited. Zombie Sailor Toys showing off his modern scale King Kong Bundy. He calls it 6/7 inch scale. I don't want to go with that. We're going to say modern scale. All right. And there's some interesting things here. As you can see, it looks like the straps on the singlet are anchored underneath the torso, and he has almost like an Ultimate Edition style torso. I think the head on this is exceptional. I love it. I think he's really nailing that crooked mouth yell that King Kong Bundy did. I don't like the big spaces in the wrist tape. I don't think that really looks excellent or good at all, but maybe he'll fix it in post-production. Either way, I'm curious to see what the price point is going to be on these figures. Comment below what you think the price point on these modern scale Zombie Sailor Toys figures will be. But I do think it looks pretty good. John Cena Farewell Tour. The last time is now Funko Pop, available on WWEshop.com. These are limited only for 1 week pre-order, very similar to that of the Final Boss Rock. And I definitely grabbed that because I didn't, you didn't realize that it wasn't going to be available, but it was Final Boss. Now that I know probably not going to be available, I will be picking up this John Cena Farewell. Very cool. You got to love him in his hat, his bands, and his shirt. So it's a toyetic one. It's going to be fun on a Funko shelf if you're into that. There it is, loose. Again, great details in all of the shirts, the hat, and the wristbands. Well, not the armband because that's not on there, but available now, $14.99, WWEshop.com. We also saw mint on card images of the upcoming WWE Retro 4-pack featuring Hulk Hogan as Rip. And yes, he does come with a removable white winged eagle championship, which I love to see, the Rip'em shirt and Rip'em headband. Zeus is also coming to that 4-pack. We knew this, but I was really hoping he was going to have the shoulder pads that came with the Elite and the Ultimate Edition, but not happening. Still very cool to have an edition in the retro line for Zeus. Miss Elizabeth is joining the retro realm with her signature white dress, right? Cloth goods, bottom part of the skirt. She's in heels and she does a chop, but they're calling it the slap attack. And Sensational Sherry, or as they call her, Queen Sherry. I'm sorry, Sensational Queen Sherry. To me, this is just Queen Sherry. I never remembered her being called Sensational Queen Sherry, but I could be wrong. Also comes with a cloth goods dress and does a very similar action to that of Miss Elizabeth, except her hand is a fist, not a chop hand. And check this out. Macho Fran pointed out to me at the back of the card shows the action for Hulk Hogan. All the other figures show the appropriate action, but for some reason, Sherry is showing Hulk Hogan with the big boot. We also saw mint on card images of Greatest Hits Series 7. Hulk Hogan here. We've got The Undertaker, which is a great figure that I passed on years ago, so I'm glad to get a second crack at it. Ron Simmons, which I do think looks better than the initial proto images, so very excited to pick this up. Love the purple. Rey Mysterio, I was kind of shocked that they did this figure in this line because this kind of sat in my area, but still fun to see Rey getting more and more figures. Dude, super toyetic and colorful. Seth Rollins right here in his Shield gear. We also got Batista from, I believe, Elite Series 2 or 3 with the referee shirt. The Usos from, I believe it's 31, Elite 31, in the green shorts, their first ever Elites. I had these, but they went for a pretty penny when they didn't have any other Elites, and they were starting to get pretty big on the roster. So I sold them. Happy to have another crack at these. We also saw more images of the Raw ring with Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley. Look at this pose, man, especially this one. They did an excellent job with this fig photography. $140 on Mattel Creations right now to get the ring and Rhea. Unfortunately, I think I have to pass on. I think that is a pretty big pill to swallow right there. But looks great. When it goes on sale, if it goes on sale, I definitely be picking it up. Again, available on MattelCreations.com. But if you go to RingsideCollectibles.com and use code FIGHEEL, you could save 10% on it, which is going to save you a pretty penny on this this big boy purchase right here. Now, on to some collecting news. Interesting to find that Topps now announced their first lottery ticket. Now, this isn't exactly a lottery ticket like you scratch it off or you call a number, but you can purchase this Roman Reigns and The Rock card on Tops Now right now. I believe it's like $10 a card, or you can buy them in packs of 5, 10, and 20. I bought a 5-pack and have a chance at finding the 1-of-1 signed version. That's right. There's going to be a signed Roman Reigns and Rock card. And they call that a lottery ticket because if you get that, big money right there. So very, very cool. Try your crack at it. Tops Now right now. Also, just released, Bray Wyatt is going to be a part of Fortnite. Check that out. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, as well as the Funhouse Bray Wyatt. You got Mercy the Buzzard right there. How cool is this? Check out the mallet. Man, I love Bray Wyatt. I love the Fiend. I love the Funhouse. And if, and only if, I was a Fortnite player, I would definitely be adding this to my roster. Now, this is interesting. This has been going around on social media. Someone found an old consumer's catalog, and there was a little advertisement for the WWF LJN figures, wrestling ring, and everything like that, as well as the cage. And you'll notice over here, the wrestling ring with spring action ropes, $21.99. WWF cage, $8.88. And the WWF figures, look at that, $6.99. Kamala, Coco, Billy Jack Haynes, Ken Patera, Slick, Harley Race, Hulk Hogan, and the Hart Foundation was $14.99. If only, but check this out. If you zoom in on that cage, you'll notice that Hulk Hogan is unreleased. He's got a blue Hulkamania shirt on and a yellow Hulkamania headband on. Very, very cool. The shirt is obviously going to be a recreation of this right here, the Hulkamania merch shirt. We've seen it a couple times, and they re-released it, I believe, on the 30th anniversary of Hulkamania. So that's very, very cool to see some unearthed things still being found to this day. One of my favorite things about collecting. And also, the Kevin Sullivan Zombie Sailor toys that we talked about last week is now available on zombiesailor.com. Limited to only 1,500, so get them now while you can. This figure is excellent. So, hope you guys like this video. Make sure you comment below your favorite reveal from this week. Was it the unreleased stuff, or was it something new that's to come? I would love to hear. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at FigHeal. And if you'd like to, if you're a collector, you're going to need this. You want to pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com, or simply go to healbooks.com. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeal's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 5,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Premium, full-color, and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeal. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeal. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeal.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.